Alright, people, back again. Hey, this time I just want to take a minute and I wanted to do what I think a future for Daryl Dixon is on the show. So spoiler warning, if you haven't seen The Day Will Come When You Won't Be Yet, which is the premiere for Season 7, then don't watch this video because I'm about to spoil the hell out of it. Alright, so Daryl is responsible for Glenn being Lucille'd. Now, let's put some perspective on this as far as, like, is he going to be welcomed back after he gets away from the Saviors or escapes or is set free or whatever. Carol, back in Season 4. I forget if she mercied Karen, which is Tyrese's, I think her name was Karen, Tyrese's girlfriend, if she died and then Carol drug her out back and burned her, or if she mercied her and then drug her out back and burned her. I can't remember exactly how that went down, but the fact is Carol had the best interest of the group at heart, thinking if I burn her body, maybe we can stop this from spreading. Okay? Daryl's interest was selfish. Okay? And Glenn died. And everybody that was there knows it was 100% Daryl's fault. That right cross cost Glenn his life. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So I think, whether he escapes or is set free, he's going to go back and Rick's going to be like, you know what, dude? We love you, brother, but you're not welcome here. And let me tell you something. You're lucky Negan didn't follow through with what he said, because let me remind you, what he said was, if anybody does anything, cut the boy's other eye out and feed it to his father. Now, had they done that or killed Carl, you'd be dead. I would kill you. So it's lucky for you that they only killed Glenn. But I can't have you here. Because Maggie's going to flip her shit when she sees you. And then I think Daryl's going to seek Maggie out. Maggie's going to beat his ass just like she did to Rick in the comics. And then he's going to, the whole why just stop line. And then I think he's going to exile himself. I think Daryl's just going to leave. And I think he's going to be gone for a while. Pretty much similar to what happened to Michonne. Maybe till the New Beginning, somewhere around there. A little bit before the Whispers. And I think he goes back. And Rick's still like, no, dude, we can't have you. And then he maybe saves somebody and gets hurt and ends up getting medical attention with Alexandria or something, or the Hilltop, and works his way back into the good graces by helping or saving somebody else. I don't know, something like that. But to talk about the comics for a second, and something I find interesting that could involve Daryl. All right, those of you who watched, I'm going to be very vague so I don't spoil anything major or anything, I don't want to draw pictures for you or explain it in detail. But in the comic, something happened about a person, and it's going to cause a divide between Maggie and Rick. I'm almost positive of it. Just right now in the comic, everybody's too occupied with the war. But after the war's done, I'm fairly certain there's going to be some issues between Maggie and Rick. Now, what happens if Daryl is kind of responsible? Say Rick takes him back in and see after all that war, that's all dealt with. And then after whatever goes down with Daryl and he comes back and he gets accepted back, and what happens with Maggie? If that were to happen, could that cause a divide between Rick and Maggie and the Hilltop and Alexandria? And then maybe in perspectives of what happens with the other person that's in the comic, somebody is apprehended or taken prisoner, and it's not Daryl. Daryl's not in the comic. And then that person is set freed by someone. And that's going to cause the beef in the show, in the comic. So I think there's definitely a way they can do this to where eventually the Hilltop and Alexandria are either at war with one another or on odds with one another, at odds with one another. I think that could be an interesting twist to have Maggie and Rick become enemies. It would be a long-term prediction. I mean, we're talking season 10, 11, I don't know, somewhere down there, 60 plus issues in the comic from where they are right now in the show. So at least 3 or 4 seasons probably. Anyways, just some thoughts, some lighthearted predictions. Anyways, like it, share, and subscribe. Till the next video, you guys have a wonderful day. Hasta la pasta.